So today we're talking to Jen, who was completely overwhelmed, feeling the mom guilt, not feeling well at all, just wanting to get her health back, wanting to get her calm back. Tell me how you were feeling, what was going on, when you found the mental wellness company. So give me an idea of where you were at.
Yeah. So, hey, everybody. I was a full-time nurse when I found the mental wellness company, and I really started to notice that the things that I was doing to support my health previously weren't working anymore. I didn't really recognize how much my mental health was suffering, but I knew through some research that I had done when my son was sick, I had learned about the gut-brain connection and how our gut health really impacts our ability to manage stress and our stress resilience and that sort of thing. I was on the products for about 6 or 7 months and I felt amazing. I felt so good. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go off of them. I feel really good. That fear and that panic of needing a strong immune system had kind of dissipated. I must have done a few other things. And so I went off the products. About a year went by. And then I was starting to notice these symptoms like irritability. I was on edge. I was snapping. I got to a point where I was an OR nurse. I was hiding in empty OR theaters, like breathing through this anxiousness that I'd never experienced in my entire life. Like I was typically very confident, very good at my job, just a really strong person. And I just felt like I was crumbling and I didn't recognize myself anymore. All of the things that I had been doing for years and years to support like my physical health and my mental health, like exercising, meditating, journaling, like nothing was getting me back to a point where I felt like myself again. Right? Can you relate to that? Does anybody watching relate to that? And so that's when eventually, after trying a few other things, I was like, what changed? Oh my gosh, I went off the happy juice. Wow. Like I stopped taking the products with the mental wellness company. So that was like a little over 3.5 years ago. And I decided to hop back on the products. And since then, like so much has changed, realizing how much in hindsight they were supporting, my ability to cope and my ability to manage the stress. But being a healthcare worker, there's still some resounding trauma happening there within my body, my nervous system. And eventually I got to a place, I feel like I'm rambling now, where I felt safe again because I had lost that sense of safety within myself. All really started thanks to targeting these targeted supplements.
I think that's like the big thing, like is the stress resilience piece. Because what it does, and I love this term, like it helps to create the internal pharmacy. Mm-hmm. So, because no one's going to not have any stress, but it's the way that we perceive it. And if we're in this like state of like high cortisol, like fight or flight, everything that happens, we perceive as a threat, and we're like hyper sensitive to it. But what I hear from so many moms over and over again is, like you said, you were snapping at your kids. And so that's like one of the things that they notice, like, things aren't hitting me the same. Like I'm able to let things roll off my back. I'm not snapping anymore. I just feel more calm. I just feel like more able to handle the stuff that comes my way. And I think that's like the greatest tool we can give moms.
100%. And it's a powerful foundation, right? And this is, I think, one of the things that I really take pride in educating moms about is that this isn't going to solve all your problems, right? We need the other tools because there's things coming at us from all angles all the time, right? And so one drink isn't going to completely abolish your anxiousness, feeling on edge, that irritability, maybe like that elevated state that you experience, but it is a very simple foundational tool that when you implement, your brain becomes clearer. You're able to take a second and pause and zoom out at what's actually going on in those instances where maybe you used to fly off the handle. Your body has that safety to take that moment to stop and breathe for a moment. and realize that, okay, like my kids spilling milk on the floor because they overfilled their cup, like it's not a reason to like lose it and yell. And yelling and snapping is actually a mechanism of your brain thinking that you're going to die, because our brain's prime directive is to keep us alive, and it's going to do everything in its power to do that. And when you're on edge all the time, you're in that heightened state, these little things feel like really big things. And once you're in that place, then you can start to implement these other tools and strategies that start healing in different areas and at different capacities. And that's truly what I've been able to do. This was the foundation for me to step in to much deeper trauma healing and generational cycle breaking. And and maybe that's not where you want to go. Like, you just want to be able to stop snapping at your kids, and this is going to be a great tool for you.
Yeah. I mean, step one is definitely to get your health and your mental well-being back in check. Slow down, clear the brain fog, decrease the cortisol, become more steady, right? And you do that through targeted strains that we have called Happy Juice, which sounds crazy, but it really does cover so many of the bases, but mostly just helping moms to really be calm, feel more balanced overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and being with me here today. It was so much fun.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right. I will see you again. Keep doing your work. Keep shouting from the mountaintops. That's what we got to do.